everyone, it's Becky here from Ivy's Corner, and I am coming to you today to draw another Zentangle pattern and step it out to show you how I like to draw it, hopefully to give you some tips for adding it to your own repertoire. If you're not familiar with the Zentangle method, you can find out all about it on my website, ivys-corner.com, where I have a full introduction to everything, including a free introduction lesson you can try just to see what it's all about, what the steps are all about, and how to get started. I also have a beginner's course and a next steps in Zentangle course too, as well as the Ivy's Corner membership where we tangle regularly together online. But you can find all the links to those in the description below. So today I'm going to be drawing a Zentangle HQ pattern, which is called Well Who. Now it's quite a tricky tangle. It's got quite a lot of different steps to it, and it can take a little while to get the hang of it. So we're going to draw it together now. We'll hop over to my desk and I will show you what we're going to be drawing. So here on my desk I have my small square tile, my pen, pencil and my tortillon. The pencil and the tortillon are broadly just for shading, so we'll put those to one side and we'll be using those a little bit later on. I have a 2" by 2" square tile here, which I've cut myself from some sketchbook paper, just mixed media paper. It's quite a small tile for this fairly large tangle, so do maybe watch me first, and then if you're working in a sketchbook to have some practice goes at this tangle, then you can do so with a little bit more space, but I'm going to show you on here just for now. So this tangle is called Well Who, and it's kind of, I think the reason it's called that is it's kind of takes inspiration from a tangle called Well, which I believe is on my my channel somewhere, so I'll pop a link to that in the description as well. And it's a tangle that, Well is a tangle that kind of takes off from a central orb, so if you keep that in mind, we're going to be doing that in a couple of different places on this tangle. Now we're going to start off drawing this pattern by drawing an orb in the centre. This is kind of a good tangle to draw as a blossoming tangle. So if you have a large space, drawing this first and then adding textures behind it can work really well. There's also a lot of different ways that you can adapt and embellish this tangle to really make it your own as well. But we'll come to that in a minute. So we're going to start with our orb in the centre. We've just drawn this nice circle here. We call them orbs in the Zentangle method because circle implies perfection. And as you can see, my drawing of this orb here is absolutely not a perfect circle. So what we're going to do is with this orb, we're going to kind of start drawing the next line on the orb that we've drawn and take off from it in one direction. I'm going to do that in the same way on 4 times around this tile. So we're going to start on this orb and then take off with our pen to draw a longish line out to the side like this. I'm going to turn my tile and do the same thing here. So take off again into this direction and then onto each corner. You don't have to do it into the corners. This is just the way I'm doing it on this tile. And you can also do as many of these branches as you like, but for the purposes of this demonstration, I'm going to stick with 4 lines coming off. The next thing is to add some more of these lines, but shorter ones in the center point of these lines that we've drawn here. So again, taking off from our central orb, we're going to draw a line that comes out a little bit shorter here. We're going to do that in each of these spaces that we now have. So we're going to have 4 long lines and 4 short lines in between. And so they're sort of alternating long and short, like so. So it's almost this spinning effect is happening here. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to draw some more orbs now, and we're going to do those in between all of these gaps. So in between all of the lines, small orbs here, turning my tile as we go, and we're just adding them in the gaps that we have between each of these lines. So we now have all of these little orbs that are sitting here. Now, with these small orbs that we've just added, we're now going to start taking off from those orbs, rather like the same way that we did from this central one here. So I'm going to go for this one here. I'm going to take off from this orb in the same direction that I did all of these other previous lines. And I'm going to come round and join this orb onto the top of this line, like so. And then I want to do the same thing with the orb on the other side of this line, but what I want to do is come in the opposite direction. So this line took off round to the right, and with this one we're going to take off round and come round to the left here, like so. So what we're doing is creating like an arrow on the ends of these longer lines that we drew first. So I'm going to turn my tile and then just repeat that same process on each of these. So we're going to come around here and link that up to the top, and then come around here and link it to the same line here. So we're going to end up with these corners The important thing here, if you have multiple different numbers of these lines, is to just make sure that you always have an orb in between the lines that you have in the centre. So as long as you have these orbs in between, you can create this tangle. So we're going to bring this round here, and we now have these kind of four almost like leaf-like shapes on the end. Now, the next thing we want to do is from the same orbs that we started with here, we're going to bring that round in the second. You can see here that this line is now coming out round this way, off this way, round to the left. We're going to continue taking these lines off in the same kind of direction. We're not going to start coming off here in this direction. We're going to have all of these lines spinning off of the orbs in the same direction on each orb. So this one is going to come round the bottom of this line that we've just drawn and connect it to the short line here, like so. And then the other side is going to come the other way. So this is going to spin round this way and connect to that line there. And we're going to just complete this same process. So we have this now connected shape with these lines taking off from the orbs. Like this. There we have it. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take some more lines off from these orbs and we're going to bring them down into the centre. So from this orb, we're going to come back down here in the middle to that centre point, and here to the centre point too, and then just repeat this. So that we have more of these lines now coming into the centre, and obviously taking off in that correct direction there for each of these orbs. This one's come around this way, this one's coming around this way. We're always taking off from these orbs in the way that is in line with the other lines that are coming out of them as well. So just one more section here. And I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to show you, that's how we're going to, I'm going to show you how this is drawn from this point. You can start to add a few more embellishments if you want. I think maybe what I will do is just add some auras on these central parts, just to kind of really show the difference between these sections. But obviously you can add all kinds of different embellishments to your tile and your tangle to really make it your own. Once you've kind of got the hang of this shape and how to do the takeoff and landing, spinning off of those different orbs, just kind of alternating almost the direction that you're spinning the lines off when you have these different orbs dotted around the tile, helps you to create this really fun effect. And if you drew this really nice and big, obviously you could have all kinds of other tangles sitting inside. It would look really, really effective. There's all sorts of fun things you can do with it. So just taking my time to add these little aura lines here, and I'm going to leave it there. And now I'm going to grab my pencil and start to add some shades. So I'm going to shade down the edges and down this shorter line in the middle here. And that's going to hopefully just give us an effect of this looking a little bit more curved. Those curved lines that we added as an aura really help with this effect. So just a nice gentle line of graphite here. I'll do this on all of them. Following the lines and adding this graphite is going to really, if you look at the difference between just adding the straight graphite and having the softened graphite here, it does make a huge difference. This tortillon I like to call a magic wand, because it starts to really give you the sense of depth and dimension by creating the gradients between the dark and the light. Just using a very light pressure there. And I'm also going to add a nice line of graphite down the centre of these first long lines that we drew. So all the way down those lines, and then I'm going to just run my tortillon over the top to soften it. I'm obviously leaving these clear of any other tangles or line work. or too much graphite. But again, you can see the opportunities and the possibilities for using this tangle, in your designs and creating all sorts of really exciting versions of it. So that is my quick version of the tangle Well Who. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, I would love it if you would hit the like button and click subscribe to my channel. Or potentially, if you are feeling generous, you could support me in making these regular free videos on YouTube by buying me a virtual coffee on my Ko-fi page. That would be hugely appreciated. Or just investigating a little bit more about the Zentangle method through my website. If you're in the UK, I have a small shop where you can buy official Zentangle supplies. And I also have obviously my courses and my membership as well for you to investigate. But I would love to see you again next time, and thank you for watching. I'll see you next time I post a video.